Welcome to the 5th International Wedding Trends Report, showcasing the forthcoming trends globally for 2019. Now, if you'd like to know what the top planners, stylists and designers are going to be creating for their clients in 2019, then you have to stay tuned because this is the only report of its kind produced for the wedding industry. And to receive your free copy of the full 200-page report, keep watching to the end of this video. I'm Kylie Carlson. I'm the CEO of the International Academy of Wedding and Event Planning, where we train and we educate wedding planners, event designers, wedding stylists and floral designers from around the world with our online accredited courses. And of course, the Trend Report isn't the only video we produce, so make sure you click that subscribe button and hit that notification bell right above so that you know each time we post a new video. But enough of that, we're here to talk about trends and how you can incorporate them into the design of your weddings for 2019. And the location for this year's report is the beautiful city of Barcelona. And we are here at the simply stunning La Baronia, which is steeped in history. Now, we all know how much the venue dictates the theme and style of an event, and we, as the hired storytellers, try to weave that story into our design. And La Baronia, it dates back to before the Spanish Civil War, and it's been a military hospital as well as a prison. As you can imagine, the stories that these walls could tell would be unbelievable. I am beyond excited to share this year's report with you, as we really do have something very special set up. So through our network of industry experts and professionals, along with our own research, we've identified some key trends to share with you today at La Baronia through the setup of 4 beautiful wedding vignettes, and each of them are telling a story of their own, filled with the detailed decor elements, florals, and of course, a stunning backdrop to help you visualize just how you too could use these trends with your clients. Before we jump right in though, I have another surprise for you. Throughout this video, you're going to be hearing from 10 wedding pros from around the world who've produced a quick video snippet of the key trends they're seeing in their specific niche area of weddings. So, without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to Louise Bukes of the top wedding blog Be Loved to talk about the 3 key trends she's seeing for 2019.
Hi, I'm Louise and I'm the founder of luxury wedding and lifestyle blog Beloved. We're a blog that's focused on style and details, so wedding trends are a really important part of what we do. And since founding Beloved in 2011, I've seen wedding trends change and evolve hugely. Over the past few years, trends have been moving towards simplicity, and in 2019, I think we're really going to see this come through stronger than ever. What this means is that minimalism is back, and it's going to be a massive trend in 2019. This means stripping back all of those unnecessary fluffy details and focusing on key elements that are really personal and beautifully tell the couple's story. We saw this done really well at the royal wedding with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle this year, with her elegant and very minimal dress setting the tone for the whole day, personal touches included in their ceremony, and autumnal floral displays which incorporated foliage and flowers from their own estate. And this was really minimalism done really, really well. I think experiential weddings are also growing in popularity. These are less about the pretty and more about creating incredible, memorable and completely bespoke guest experiences. This could be through the decor or maybe entertainment bringing the space to life, or it might be something more subtle like creating a custom wedding scent and using that throughout your celebrations. And another one leading on from this whole wedding experience is food. It's going to play an even bigger part of weddings in 2019, but it's less about those formal sit-down dining options and more about informal and family-focused food ideas like food stalls or grazing tables, which we're seeing coming over from Australia and New Zealand. And these tables where guests can pick on charcuterie, cheeses and treats for hours on end whilst chatting with family and friends are really the way that wedding is going over the next year. Now, I'm really excited to see the industry and couples embrace these trends throughout 2019, and I can't wait to see what else is going to come out.
Great to hear Louise's thoughts, and I, for one, love the idea of an experiential wedding. Now, of course, one of the first elements of any wedding that a guest gets to experience is the save the date or the invitation. And who better to give us her trend predictions on wedding stationery than Cece Johnson?
Hi, I'm Cece Johnson, founder and creative director of CC New York, and my top trends that I'm seeing in the world of wedding invitation design for 2019 are beginning with watercolor florals. They're super big. I love painting florals for my clients. Here's some examples of some of the bouquets I've created, and here's how they can translate into your wedding invitations. You can do it as a beautiful border, you can do it as a great bold liner. Look at these moody florals, I love that. Or here on your invitation. Or the next step, you can really bring it into something really special in pastel, like your liner here, just that gorgeous bouquet coming in and making a statement. Or the next trend I'm seeing is that you're taking it into the world of acrylics. So instead of paper, it's going beyond that. It's going to acrylic, which is like a beautiful lucite plastic material, and you play with the watercolor on one side and the foil for the text on the other. It makes a really dramatic statement. Or you could go simple and do something just gorgeous with like a milky white plexi in gold, or even clear if you want to make a really like classic statement. This is a really beautiful menu, and here's a bold treatment here. The last trend I'm seeing is taking your invitations to a whole other level of three-dimensionality, playing with paper and creating it into 3D form flowers. So like here you see the invitation has the florals that come beyond just the 2D plane. They're actually 3D handmade, petal by petal, and really bring your invitation to life in a gorgeous tactile way. There's so many exciting things happening in the world of invites. You really can do amazing things. And my favorite, of course, is to combine all of it. So I'll finish with this, where you have the wow with the watercolor here, a converted envelope, so it's a really unique shape. The story continues into this beautiful shape. It opens, and look at this. It takes you on this really fun adventure of all the different layers of events, all included into this beautiful packaging design, and reveals the invitation at the end. So really it's all about making a personalized statement and having a great time and just creating a one-of-a-kind keepsake for you.
Well, I don't know about you, but I can't wait to see more of the hand-painted watercolors coming back next year. Welcome to our first trend vignette. Orange is the happiest color. So seeing this, it will come as no surprise to you that one of the biggest trends we're seeing emerge for 2019 is the color orange. And no wonder. The Pantone Spring Fashion Report showcased not only orange itself, but yellow and red as highlight colors. So if you take a look at the inspiration board, you can see how we're incorporating living coral, mango mojito, and even a bit of fiesta red. So the story behind this vignette that you're looking at right now is one of classic romance with a fine art vibe. And the use of bold colors is again a huge trend we're seeing moving forward, and it's been injected perfectly with a hint of fun into the overall design. And I think you'll agree that the florals are definitely the star of the show in this design, as they set off the orange just beautifully, whilst being completely on trend themselves as floral backdrops. They're just still such a big hit. Also, the chairs have been accessorized with yet more florals to give them that wow factor. You know, we're seeing more and more couples forgoing the classic white decor and instead embracing bright colors and a bold aesthetic, which works in perfectly with the design. Orange is the happiest color. Some would say that possibly the dress is one of the most important elements of all. So who better to talk to us about her dress trend predictions than dress designer Dahlia McPhee?
Hi, I'm Dahlia McPhee, and here are my top 3 trends for 2019 bridal fashion. Number 1, no dress. That's right, you heard me correctly. Now, while many brides will be opting for the traditional dress and gown option, we will start seeing certain brides opt for a new trend, the pantsuit/jumpsuit. When done correctly, a properly tailored pantsuit in ivory or white can look absolutely stunning down the aisle. Number 2, the cape effect. Now, capes have been in and out of fashion for hundreds of years. With the current monarchy having an effect on our fashion, we're going to start seeing this trend creep back into 2019. Expect to see long capes, short capes, attached, unattached. I can't wait to see what some brides pick and choose to don down the aisle. Number 3, and this is one of my favorite trends, is the Plunging V-Neckline. On certain body types, this looks absolutely stunning, and it's also a great way to change up the traditional bridal gown. There are my top 3 2019 bridal predictions. This is Dahlia McPhee. Thanks for watching.
Well, I literally can't wait to see some wedding jumpsuits splashing the pages of wedding blogs and magazines in 2019. Now, of course, with the dress goes the hair and makeup, so it is time to pass you over to Claire Jones, makeup artist extraordinaire, to give you her top 3 picks.
Hello, I'm Claire Jones, makeup artist and bridal hairstylist, also creative team director of Francia Italia Weddings. As always, I've been watching the international bridal catwalk shows to get an idea of what the designers feel is going to be of note in the coming season. But in addition to this, we've had the wedding of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. This gorgeous royal wedding really has set the standards for the bridal season of 2018 and also into 2019. And this has been echoed again recently by Princess Eugenie's wedding, where both the brides were really embracing the less is more look with their makeup artistry to really enhance themselves, to make themselves look the very best version of themselves without masking who they are under a pile of makeup. They both too kept their hairstyles simple and elegant, and I feel that we're really going to see more of this in 2019, and so do the designers for that matter. I think all in all, to sum it all up, that 2019 is going to be all about youth, health, vitality in our bridal look. Keeping it simple, keeping it unstructured, keeping authenticity, and definitely our natural beauty.
I love the barely there look. So happy to see this one continuing on into 2019. And here we are at vignette number 2, Wild White Meadow. Now, as we know, fashion plays a very big part in trend forecasting along with interior design, and that is definitely where our inspiration for this design has come from. Now, if you take a look at the design board on screen, you can just imagine running through a colourful, bright meadow in the middle of summer, which has been completely inspired by the botanical, floral and bright colours that have been flooding the fashion runways. Now, if I had to use 3 adjectives to help me with this story, they would definitely be fresh, modern and pretty. Absolutely perfect for an outdoor drinks reception or garden party where cakes are served rather than canapes. Vintage furniture full of cakes, elegant glassware and bright stem arrangements give that wow factor, rather than the more natural, muted shades of a wild meadow. This story creates the wow factor with the contrast between white backgrounds and bold, bright florals. Pops of fuchsia, iris blue, primrose yellow. All wonderfully bold and bright shades found in nature. As with anything, with pops of colour, using white really enhances your design and it allows the colours to pack a punch. I can't wait to see this trend flood our Pinterest boards and our Instagram feeds. Who else better to hear from next than our floral design expert, Sarah Richardson from Leafy Couture.
Hi, I'm Sarah Richardson from Leafy Couture Flowers, based in the UK in Yorkshire. My trends for 2019 for wedding flowers are colour. Big return to colour. The kind of focus on homegrown, locally grown flowers, thinking about where your flowers come from, local sourcing. But then also lots of tropicals are kind of coming through, orchids, anthuriums, giving that kind of real wow. I think as well a move from our couples is to think about their venue and think about real statement pieces at their venue, not necessarily just table arrangements and kind of little details, but more kind of big statement, bold, Instagrammable features, hanging ceiling arrangements, big flower and foliage walls, lots of draped foliages, kind of installations that kind of give that real wow factor, because everyone's sharing it on social media nowadays and they want to stand out.
Love the return to tropical trend, and it goes nicely with our bold and bright colours. Now, of course, with a design like this, it would be rude not to hear from our resident cake expert, Elizabeth Solaru of Elizabeth's Cake Emporium.
Hello, my name's Elizabeth Solaru and I run Elizabeth's Cake Emporium, and I'm here to talk about some of the trends in the cake world that I see for the year 2019. So the first thing I see is the trend for really strong and bold colors, so like your jewel tones, so the deep greens, the purples, some bright pinks, and possible some bright peaches as well. As we all know, 2019, the Pantone color is Living Coral, and I believe that would be a very, very strong influence in some of the colors that we see when it comes to cakes. Another trend that I see, looking at the recent royal weddings, there's going to be a trend for deconstructed wedding cakes, similar to what Meghan Markle had. We're also going to see a departure from the traditional all-white cake to cakes with splashes of color. So that's what Eugenie had for her wedding, and I believe that we're going to see trends where you'll have pops of color, either spring colors or summer or autumn or winter on a plain white cake. Monograms, I think, are also going to be very huge. On Eugenie's cake, we saw that she had a repeat design of monograms, and I thought that was really, really cool. And I think lots of brides are definitely going to be incorporating a monogram, maybe from the stationery, or maybe from the dance floor, or maybe something that's very unique to them as a couple. Lots of people are going to be incorporating that onto their wedding cake. The last trend that I see is the death of the completely naked cake. Hurrah! I love the fact that we now have semi-naked cakes decorated with metallics and fruit and fresh flowers and sugar flowers and you know, decorated in all manner drippy effects. We still have that going strong, but I believe that, you know, the completely naked cake has been done away with, and now it's going to be all about semi-naked decorated cakes. That's what I predict, and you know, I wish everyone a happy 2019, and here's to creating amazing and wonderful treats for all our brides. Thank you very much.
I'm a little bit relieved to hear we're losing the naked cakes. They've had a good run, but you know, I think it's time to see them go. And here we are at vignette number 3, Creative Conscious. Now, you've had to have been living under a rock in 2018 if you'd not known about not one, but 2 royal weddings that happened. And of course, like all good wedding pros know, with a royal wedding comes some royal wedding trends. So both Meghan and Eugenie had a huge nudge towards sustainability and eco-friendly within their weddings, which we absolutely love here at the Academy. So as you can see from the mood board on screen, we were going for an environmentally conscious design using plenty of upcycled elements and mismatched antiques, something we're definitely starting to see more of. So as we look at the table, you can see the use of recycled paper stationery, antique repurposed glassware, and of course the seasonal florals and foliage. Remember, of course, that Harry and Meghan chose to go foam-free with their florals, and they opted for British seasonal catering, whilst Princess Eugenie went for a completely plastic-free wedding. So couples have started to become much more conscious of the environmental impact of a wedding, and we're definitely predicting that this is only going to increase further in 2019. Now, of course, no wedding is complete without food and drink, and as we are all such foodies now, the importance placed on getting this right has become higher and higher with each passing year. So let me introduce you to Meryl Snow of Festivities Events to talk you through the food and beverage trends for the forthcoming year.
Clients are savvy and will know the food trends possibly before you do. There is nothing worse than a client suggesting a food that you aren't familiar with. Couples want convenient, sophisticated food experiences. This is not a passing fad. They want natural, additive-free food and they need transparency in the source and the way it's prepared. So embrace this because it's not going away. They want their food unique and exciting while also being ethically produced with locally sourced, environmentally friendly organic ingredients. 10 years ago, if a wedding couple asked for organic food, sourcing was really difficult and expensive. They want their food to have a story. Where did it come from? What about the small business? Tell me about the farm. Is it socially responsible? Couples are increasingly aware of the importance of choosing the right food for their guests. It's an extension of who they are. They want to be socially responsible and are looking for fresh, natural, and healthy menus. Unlike 10 years ago, when red meat reigned. So here's what we see that will be really trendy in 2019. Fermented foods will be hotter than ever. We will see more kimchi, pickles, sauerkraut, tempeh, kefir, carrots, and many other foods fermented, cooked, and offered at events. Bowls. Food presented in unique bowls, whether it's poke, noodles, hummus, or full entrees. And meat is no longer the only source of protein. In 2019, seeds, lentils, quinoa, chickpeas, hemp, flax, kale, and split peas will take center stage on the dinner plates at receptions. Food trucks have had their moment, but couples are still looking for laid-back ways to offer simple, tasty food during dancing. So short plates with farm-to-fork concepts will increasingly stay popular. So these are just a few food trends you'll see at the weddings in 2019. And caterers have jumped right in on clean eating and making it deliciously easy for their couples.
I love the idea of fermented foods. The wedding menus are just getting better and better. Now, although no wedding is complete without food and drink, I have to say that entertainment and lighting is fairly high on the priority list as well. So let me introduce you to Jacob Tao, our resident entertainment expert.
Hey guys, it's Jacob here.
And Courtney.
And together we are DJ Jacob Co.
Yes.
We'd love to talk to you guys about some 2019 trends that we think are coming. So let's jump right in. So, 3 things. One, I'm really thinking that atmospheric effects are definitely catching on more and more. We're seeing more than just the CO2. We're seeing confetti. We're seeing fireworks, indoor fireworks, and it's escalating. And so I'm thinking as 2019 comes, we're going to see more and more of that. It's definitely trending. What do you think?
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Our clients have definitely been asking for those things more already. But also just along with that is part of it, but making your whole wedding or event a big experience. So really catering every single little detail down to that experience that you want your guests to have. For example, live performers. Like if you have, say, a speakeasy theme for your cocktail hour, or maybe your after party, a cigar roller, like really taking all that to the next level and having them dressed with the little trays that have your hors d'oeuvres or like the cigar or your specialty drink or whatever it is, or having actual performers that are
singers, dancers.
Well, yeah, singers,
stilt walkers,
someone out there hyping people up when your band or your DJ is playing that really takes things to the next level and matches your decor and the theme perfectly.
Yeah, the decor. So we're starting to see more of modern installations, like with our pixel tubes, for example. We love doing kind of built outs with that, building large stars or cubes or hanging chandeliers.
Yes, or working them into the florals.
Yeah, or creating these design flows. So yeah, that sounds good. I think other trends are definitely going to be coming, but we'll talk to you guys more about that later. Thanks so much for joining us in our Airstream as we're traveling around, and we will talk to you guys soon. Thanks so much.
Bye.
Now that is really cool and a great decor addition. A themed DJ booth? Well, that works for me within the overall design of the wedding. So we now move on to our 4th and final vignette, Shimmer and Shine, which I think is actually my favourite. Now, after years of rose gold, copper, brass and gold, Silver and chrome are set to make a comeback in weddings for the forthcoming year. So as you look at the design board, you're going to see that this story is straight off the 2019 bridal catwalk with its shimmery sequins, fabrics and embellishment that is set to be so big for next year's brides. And we're excited to predict that the celestial wedding trend that we initially saw a year or two ago has really gained momentum and is still going strong. Those magical vibes and sparkly elements will remain popular for 2019, but perhaps with a less themed look. And who doesn't love a shimmering tablescape of luxe lounge vignette? This isn't about bringing back the sequin linens, but instead it's about creating sparkle with mirrored elements such as furniture and tableware, more metal in the form of glassware, pewter chargers and serving dishes, candlelight, edible glitter and metallic foiled stationery. Now, in order to let these elements shine, the colour palette is very much pared back with whites and greys. Orchids are set to be big in 2019, and the trend-setting florists are definitely experimenting with metal paint on flowers and foliage, which works perfectly into this story. Now, before we wrap up our 2019 video report, I'd like to introduce you to two more industry experts. And as a market in its own right, I'm thrilled to introduce you to Brittany Dry of Love Inc., who has the latest trends for the LGBTQ market.
Hey guys, my name is Brittany Dry. I'm the founder and editor-in-chief of Love Inc., an equality-minded wedding publication, and I'm here to share with you the top LGBTQ wedding trends that I'm seeing for 2019. First and foremost, let's talk fashion. I'm starting to see matching suits become extremely popular. And when we first started seeing same-sex marriages on the rise, a lot of couples were donning matching suits, but it was very basic, basic black, basic navy, simply because that's what they thought they were supposed to do. And then couples really started embracing their individual styles. So we started seeing them, wear suits of different colors, or they each had their own pattern that they loved. And now we're starting to see that pendulum swing back, but without losing that sense of style. So they're matching, but they are really just, think very fabulous white tuxes or really fashion forward, bright blue tailored suits. It looks amazing in photographs. It makes such a statement. I cannot wait to see this trend play out in 2019. The second trend is the second outfit, and as we all know, the femme bride has been doing this for quite some time, but now we're starting to see grooms and dapper brides join in on the fun. So they're swapping out their more formal, maybe more uncomfortable outfits from the ceremony into something a little bit more relaxed, easier to dance in. So they're doing suits with shorts or trousers and suspenders with a blouse. It's really fun. It kind of elevates the party. So look for that more in 2019. And then third is grooms are starting to really utilize hair and makeup services day of. So if you're a hair and makeup artist, make sure you kind of start offering those services as well, because not only will it allow you to be inclusive, but the demand is starting to be there. Fourth is destination. So Canada is hot for 2019. They did a big LGBTQ marketing push in early 2018. So we're starting to really see the results from that, and couples are flocking to the big white north for their destination weddings and honeymoons. It's a beautiful country. It was actually listed as the most gay-friendly country in the world by a top gay travel index. So couples really feel safe going there, and obviously, there's tons of stuff to do, whether you're doing a destination wedding or a honeymoon. Another destination is Greece. I, as a publisher, actually received a ton of submissions in early 2018 from styled shoots that took place in Greece that utilized a same-sex couple. So I think a lot of couples saw those inspiration shoots circulating online on their favorite wedding blogs and on Pinterest, and they really looked at Greece as a destination for their wedding or honeymoon. So that destination's on the rise, as well as Italy, particularly amongst the Amalfi Coast. A lot of couples are using that gorgeous scenery for elopements. It's a big elopement destination for late 2018 and into 2019. So if you're a photographer, you're a planner, and you want to do destination stuff, that's definitely, those destinations should definitely be on your radar. And then the last trend that I'd love to talk about is the double proposal. If you don't know what a double proposal is, it's when one partner gets, they propose, and then without knowing, their other partner, they're having their moment and emotions are flowing, and then after saying yes, the other partner actually proposes. So you're getting two proposals in one. Talk about an emotional high. It's amazing to see. There's been a few videos that have gone viral on the internet. I highly recommend checking it out. It's an amazing moment captured, and I'm expecting to see more of those in 2019. So thanks so much for listening, and I hope that this was helpful, and I can't wait to see these trends come to life next year. Bye.
The thought of having a second dress, well, it's always going to be popular with me. And as someone who had a destination wedding herself, an elopement, well, I'm all for that. So our final expert for this video is Rob Farrow of software company Aisle Planner, and he's bringing you the business trend predictions for the industry.
Hi, my name is Rob Farrow. I'm the CEO of Aisle Planner, one of the web's leading online business management and planning platforms for the wedding and event industry. We here at Aisle Planner have a little bit more technology-focused view of what the future trends are for the industry. We hope to share a couple with you today, and hopefully they're helpful for you. The first trend we see is further adoption of cloud-based computing in running your business. In the last 2 to 3 years, apps and cloud solutions started to make their way into the client management and planning process. Gone are the days of 3-ring binders, Pinterest boards, Google Docs, Excel files, and the odd Illustrator diagram. Now it's all about organized and fluid workflow in an environment that's inclusive of your clients and other vendors. 2 to 3 years ago, your choices were limited to a handful of apps or legacy service providers that your clients did not know or care to engage. That paradigm has completely shifted today, and clients are expecting a digital experience as part of the planning process. The second major trend we're seeing is social media as a sales and lead generational tool. Historically, social used to be where we connected with our community, shared our brand story, and Instagrammed every cool thing we did as a company. We're seeing a huge shift the role social is playing. Content is still king, and sharing your brand story is still a huge part of social, but customers are now taking that opportunity to engage with companies and connect with them in a business capacity. Having a solid digital strategy that includes lead intake and customer engagement is key for 2019. One of the last items we see as a trend for 2019 is more of a subset of the first two trends. It's the need to formalize your business and form a legitimate legal entity. The reason being is as you further engage many of these online cloud-based services, they are very binary in how they classify your business and what services you can and cannot access based on that classification. If you're not properly set up, you'll not be able to access many of the services like online payments, credit, or even business insurance. You also may subject yourself to incredibly high risk when it comes to personal liability and litigation. Well, that's what we see coming down the pipeline for 2019. Again, thank you for including us in the 2019 Trend Report. I hope this is helpful to all of you. Cheers.
No surprise there that our clients are looking for instant gratification and for their wedding team to be technically savvy. So time to geek up on your tech so that you can speak in the same language as your clients. Well, that brings us to the end of the 2019 International Wedding Trend Report video. And as I'm sure you can appreciate, it isn't possible for us to include all our trend predictions in one 20-minute video. However, if you'd like to have your own copy of what has affectionately become known as the Trend Bible, then you can register for free by using the link below in the description. Now, we have had an amazing time creating this video, and I hope you've had as much fun watching it as we've had making it. Now, if you loved it, then remember to share it. And don't forget, the Trend Report isn't the only video we produce, so make sure to click the subscribe button below and to hit that notification bell right above so you know each time we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.